India is famous all over the world for many things. One of them is our spiritual leaders. India has several spiritual leaders. One of them is a man called Kabir. Today I am going to tell you about him. In Varanasi, a weaver and his wife were passing a pond. That was when they saw an abandoned baby lying down. The weaver's wife could not bear to leave it there, and so she took him as her son. According to the religion, according to the holy book of the Muslims, they would have to choose a name from the Quran. And so the priest took the Quran and flipped. Kabir, the name of God for weaver's son? Never. And so he flipped, only to find more names of God glinting in his faces. And so he called his 4 colleagues. To their surprise, even they had several of God's names in the Quran. And each of them found the name Kabir. So the priest told the weaver that the boy was destined to be evil. And so the weaver got angry. He went to the forest and was going to leave him there when out of nowhere came a voice. No, O weaver, this boy is destined to be great. Keep him, said the voice. Kabir, destined to be great? Said the weaver, looking down at his son, intrigued. And so he believed that the voice was from the Almighty and took the boy home and told the priest that he would be called Kabir. Though Kabir was a Muslim, he used to wear the vermilion mark of Hindus on his forehead, and he used to pray to Ram, "Stop, you have no right to do that. It is not the God of your religion," said his father. But Kabir just said, "I know of no religion." "I'll teach you a lesson," said the weaver, and gave the boy a good slap. And so Kabir did not change. He kept thinking, why should people be into things such as religion? I wish I could convince them. And that was when he thought, wait, I need a guru. And so he thought about Saint Ramanand, the great Vaishnava guru. And so he went to his abode and said, "Guru, please teach me." One of his other pupils told him, "He only teaches Hindus." And so Kabir realized how to learn the name of God, which Ramanand's disciples used to say. And so he waited for Ramanand to come by, watching his activities. At one point of time, Ramanand said the words, "stepping into a pond." And so Kabir knew what to do. The next day, he crouched down, pretending to be stone. The great guru came by and accidentally stepped on Kabir, thinking him to be a rock. Though this happened, he stepped into the water, saying, "Hare Ram." Hare Ram, that's the word, Kabir thought excitedly. And so he rushed. He did not even stop until he got home, and then he told his father happily, "I am now Ramanand's disciple. You can tell everyone." And so the news spread until it reached Ramanand's ear. Then Ramanand went that day home and asked Kabir, "Pray, where did you learn this from?" "When I was instructed the chant Hare Ram," he said. And the guru was impressed. So he asked, "Do you think that is enough? The name of God?" And so Kabir just asked him, Do you teach anything which is greater than God's name? And so the Guru said, you are intelligent and willing to learn. You shall be my disciple, he said. And so every day Kabir used to recollect the thoughts and the teachings of his Guru. One day his father tried to distract him from his spiritualism. He gave him some money and said, go strike a good bargain. But do you know what Kabir did? He went, bought some clothes and food for the poor and gave it to them. When the weaver heard of this, he flew into a rage. How dare you waste my hard-earned money? He said. There is nothing more profitable than feeding the poor, said Kabir. And so he shunned idol worship, telling everyone that if they could just worship stones, which people thought as the images of God, why couldn't they worship the grinding stone? It ground food for them. All of the present were convinced, but a few of them were enraged. Beat him! His words are against our religion. And so Kabir still did. He used to mix freely between the Muslims and the Hindus. And so the king was angry at this. He called him to his court and said, bow to me. But Kabir just said, I don't bow to anyone except for God. I don't bow to anyone, which that includes a king or a clown. He is a disrespect to our religion, he said. Drown him after chaining him up. But Kabir survived it. He just walked on the water and stepped out of the lake where he was drowned. So they locked him in a house and burned the house down. Yet he came out untouched. They thought that not elements could kill Kabir, and so they threw him into a stampede of elephants. But the miracles did not end. The elephants instead saw hundreds of lions in place of Kabir. So many lions, we need to run for our lives, said one elephant, and so they ran away. So the king released Kabir, thinking of him to have a greater power. But people still considered that it was a disgrace to their relationship for him to mix with Muslims and Hindus. But after people heard his words, gradually they began to flock to hear his great words. When one day a thief stealthily came inside, his daughter knew there was a thief and told Kabir. But Kabir rather was sad. Poor thing, we don't have anything to give him, he thought. So he gave the thief some gold and jewels. In his last years, Kabir wanted to die in a place called Maghar. He went to Maghar, first purifying all those and teaching them about God, telling them that there was no religion. But Kabir fell seriously ill. One evening, he told his disciples that between his hometown, Varanasi, and Maghar, which was believed to never send people to heaven, he said that there was no difference as long as God was in their hearts. Later that evening, he passed away, but there was a major fight without him. The Muslims said that they would bury his body. The Hindus said that they would cremate him. We will bury him for sure, said the Muslims. No, we will cremate him, said the Hindus. They began to fight. He is our saint, said the Hindus. No, ours, said the Muslims. But that was when the spiritual image of Kabir appeared. and he told all his disciples to open the shroud from his body. And when they did, there was no body there. There was flowers. Then one of the disciples said, "Remember, he used to say, 'I am the child of Allah and Ram.' He has been telling you all that there is no religion." And so, some Muslim followers took half of the flowers and some Hindus took the rest. "We'll buy them," the Muslims said proudly. "Will you ever learn the Guru's words?" said a disciple. "He told you that there is no religion. You must follow them. Take the flowers to Varanasi," said an elderly, trustable disciple. Kabir's teachings are still remembered till today, and his teachings were so great that they earned the title Bijak. I hope you enjoyed this story. Thank you.